There is a reason no army has ever successfully threatened Tempest at its core. It is not luck. It is not diplomacy. It is not even Rimuru's overwhelming personal power. The true fortress of Tempest lies underground, hidden beneath spectacle and entertainment, disguised as a game. The dungeon is not merely an attraction. It is a weaponized ecosystem, a sovereign territory inside a sovereign nation, and a controlled experiment in power, economics, and warfare. If you look at it as a labyrinth, you miss the point. If you look at it as a business, you still miss the point. The dungeon is a layered defense doctrine wrapped in the illusion of adventure. To understand it, you begin with authority. The dungeon was created through Ramiris' intrinsic skill, Small World. That detail matters. Small World is not construction magic. It is territorial dominion. The dungeon is not carved into earth. It is generated space under direct administrative control. When Rimuru granted Ramiris extraterritorial rights, he did something politically radical. The dungeon became joint sovereignty. Inside it, Rimuru and Ramiris rule as absolute authorities. No external law applies. No foreign power can claim jurisdiction. The dungeon is legally and metaphysically sealed. Now add Veldora to the equation. Veldora is not just the final boss. He is the core reactor. His constant release of aura on the 100th floor increases magicule density. That density trickles upward, naturally spawning monsters. Weak beings populate upper floors. Stronger entities concentrate deeper below. This is not random design. It is controlled ecological stratification. The dungeon sustains itself because Veldora sustains it. The monsters are not imported livestock. They are emergent products of energy overflow. In other words, Tempest built a renewable combat engine, and that is the first layer of the trap. On the surface, the dungeon charges 3 silver coins for entry. It sells resurrection bracelets, return whistles, recording crystals. It offers treasure chests filled with potions, prototype equipment, rare-grade weapons. It looks like commerce. Adventurers pay to enter. They risk their lives. They harvest loot. They strengthen themselves. But every monster slain generates magic crystals and materials. Every weapon broken fuels Kurobe's workshop. Every death without a bracelet results in confiscated goods. The dungeon extracts value regardless of outcome. It monetizes ambition. It taxes recklessness. Even revival is a paid service after the first use. The resurrection bracelet nullifies fatal wounds and revives the user after confirmed death, preserving items unless rules are broken. Break the rules and the system revokes pain suppression and confiscates rewards. Enforcement is absolute. The dryads will kill offenders without hesitation. That is not cruelty. It is consistency. Gaie learned that when he attempted to exploit boss timing, he ignored warnings, attacked a boss before respawn conditions were met, and assaulted a caretaker. Delta killed him. He revived at the surface without his collected items. Pain intact, confiscation complete. The dungeon does not negotiate with rule breakers. It eliminates inefficiencies. Now step back and observe the architecture. The first floor is safe. It spans 250 meters on each side. It contains registration desks, training areas, and automatic resurrection protocols. Even without a bracelet, deaths are reversed for safety. This is not generosity. It is onboarding. The dungeon teaches fundamentals before applying pressure. Floors 2 through 4 introduce low-ranked monsters and guarded treasure rooms. Instant death traps are absent. Players build confidence. By floor 5, D-rank enemies appear as random threats. Equipment begins to matter. The system scales difficulty gradually. Every 10 floors a boss, structured escalation, predictable milestones, rewards for early monthly clears, gold coin incentives, scarcity of achievement. By floor 10, a B-rank black spider tests coordination. By 20, a B-plus centipede. By 30, an ogre lord with subordinates and the introduction of slotted weapons as super rare loot. Notice the pattern. The dungeon conditions challengers to seek progression through incremental risk. Then the tone shifts. Floor 40 introduces an A- Tempest Serpent. Only 3 parties per month receive premium rewards. Competition intensifies. From 41 onward, traps become lethal. One careless step can mean instant death. By 49, slimes dominate the environment. They merge into walls immune to physical attacks. They dissolve equipment. They rain from ceilings. They form corrosive corridors. This is not merely combat difficulty. It is resource attrition. Equipment degradation forces reliance on economic hubs, which leads to floor 95. The Lycanthrope's village was relocated there. It became a green dome spanning 5 kilometers. It houses inns, equipment shops, research facilities, even an elf cabaret. Luxury exists, but at extreme premium prices. Adventurers who legitimately clear the 90th floor gain full access. Others pay entry fees with limited privileges. The dungeon funnels wealth downward and traps it within the system. Loot earned above is spent below. This is not a resting point. It is a controlled economy node. Now consider floors 50 through 70. Gozel and Mezul guard 50 in rotating shifts. The first monthly clear earns 100 gold coins. The minus unique grade set becomes possible loot. Slotted weapons drop from monsters. The reward curve spikes. Immediately afterward, floors 51 through 60 introduce scientific traps, laser beams, sonic cannons, poison gas, golems in large numbers. This is technological warfare embedded in fantasy architecture. Floor 60 presents a demon colossus piloted by Gadra. Intelligence of enemies increases dramatically beyond this point. Floors 61 through 70 become the haven of the dead, populated by undead summoned by Adelman. Floor 70 transforms into Deathtopia, a necropolis boss arena with coordinated defense from Adelman, Albert, and Venti. Combat shifts from brute force to strategic confrontation. 71 to 80 bring giant insects under Apito's command. Floor 79 features Apito as boss. Floor 80 introduces Zegion. Placing him on floor 80 establishes a hard barrier. The dungeon filters talent aggressively. 81 through 90 become domains of magic beasts and the 8 legions. Floor 90 is guarded by Kumara, residing in a mansion. This is deliberate contrast. Opulence masking lethality. Then production floors appear. 91 through 94 are industrial. Metal ore storage, magisteel production, herb cultivation, honey production. The dungeon is not isolated from Tempest's economy. It is integrated manufacturing infrastructure protected by lethal guardians above. And finally, the dragon floors. 96 through 99 are elemental gauntlets, earthquake traps under Boreas, lightning barrages under Notos, freezing death under Zephyrus, scorching blaze under Euros. These dragons feed on Veldora's magicules. They are sustained by the core reactor below. The floors are ordered by strength. Fire at 99 stands before the final gate. At 100, Veldora waits. His chamber is 100 meters wide, expandable if necessary. Behind him lies the dwelling of the elementals. Surrounding rooms include Rimuru's private lab, Ramiris' research lab, the Strategic Military Control Battle Command Center, equipped with Argos surveillance. The dungeon's control room allows direct access to key facilities. Military meetings occur here. Surveillance is centralized here. This is not a game arena, it is a command bunker. And there is one more floor. The 101st floor is temporary but decisive. In emergency scenarios, Rimuru City and its citizens are transported there using Veldora's magicules to fuel Small World. The entire population relocates inside the dungeon. Any invading force must descend through 100 lethal floors to reach civilians. That is the true payoff. The dungeon is Tempest's civil defense doctrine. Invaders cannot bombard it from above. They cannot bypass floors without confronting guardians or triggering rules. Magicule density favors defenders. Bosses respawn. Traps reset. The layout can be reconfigured every few days because it is built from modular blocks. Ramiris controls terrain effects. She can simulate sky, rain, environmental conditions. The battlefield is mutable, and challengers willingly train inside it every day. The dungeon cultivates elite combatants indirectly. Adventurers grow stronger attempting to conquer it. They generate revenue and resources. They provide data. Every failure is observed by dryads. Every strategy is recorded. The system learns. The control room analyzes. Military simulations occur in real time disguised as entertainment. Even the resurrection mechanic is strategic. Death is reversible within the dungeon. That encourages risk-taking. Risk-taking generates combat data. Combat data refines defense. Hinata Sakaguchi reached the 100th floor. She is the only challenger known to have done so. Even then, circumstances favored her. Zegion was pupating. Kumara was not fully matured. The Dragon Lords were still archdragons. Despite that, she could not defeat Veldora. That single data point establishes the upper bound of mortal intrusion. Rimuru once stated he would accept a challenge from anyone who clears the entire dungeon. He said it as a bluff to project confidence as a demon lord. The reality is colder. If someone truly clears 100 floors under full operational strength, they are already a strategic asset or threat worth direct engagement. The dungeon measures potential rivals before they reach Rimuru. Everything inside is controlled dual sovereignty. Ramiris governs environment and structure. Rimuru oversees strategic integration. Veldora supplies energy and final deterrence. The Dryads enforce law. The Guardians enforce power hierarchy. The economy feeds on ambition. The industrial floors sustain national production. The emergency floor protects civilians. And the public sees treasure chests.